Ruben Amorim gave Manchester United something different in press conference debut. Ruben Amorim was a tad late. Those of us earwigging in the front row could make out one final briefing from a press officer as they stood outside in front of the Jimmy Murphy plaque. Manchester United's Chief Communications Officer, Toby Craig, and Tom Crotty, the Ineos Communications Director, entered the room seconds before Amorim. His confident Q&A suggests he does not require any PR management. When he eventually strode in, it was deja vu. Handsome, hirsute, a stylish stubble, and clad in the same tracksuit. There were shades of Ruud van Nistelrooy's entrance for his maiden press conference in the same room 3 weeks earlier. The audience was considerably larger for Amorim. A quick head count suggested 34 journalists. "Hi guys," Amorim said as he breezed in. There was no choreographed handshake for regulars on the front row, as there was from Erik, Ten Hag 2.5 years ago. Amorim clasped hands with some of the 9 Portuguese journalists at the end of his 30-minute introduction. He is a coach who needs no introduction. We have seen plenty of him in recent weeks through press conferences in Lisbon and his tour of Old Trafford. Dozens of newspaper pages have been dedicated to him, and journalists were dispatched to Lisbon to discover more about United's youngest manager or head coach since 1969. A Portuguese contact assured me on Thursday Amorim would answer every question, and he did, at length. For us transcribers, he is a nightmare. His command of English is so impeccable, and he is such a vibrant personality. He talks so quickly, it is impossible to keep up. Like the last Portuguese manager to hold court at Carrington, Amorim is quotable. "We have to be better running back. I think that is clear for everybody." He said it with a smile, his body language diffusing the asperity of his delivery. Amorim smiles a lot. That warmth will serve him well. Ten Hag was a gruff disciplinarian, and the right man at the right time to restore authority to the United manager's role. But his lack of charisma, on camera, meant there was nothing to fall back on when things went south. Ineos have demanded Amorim be billed as head coach, but man management is just as important as the coaching. With his Latino tan, full beam smile and trimmed beard you could light a match with, he will be an empathetic sounding board for the players. He is one of the few who believes in them. I know you guys don't believe a lot in these players, but I believe a lot. We have room to improve. I want to try new things. You guys think it's not possible. I think it's possible. We will see in the end. You have to believe, and I believe in them. Because when I start this week, you can say it's 1 week, 3 trainings. You change the coach. Of course, everybody is excited, but they are open to different things. It's the only thing I ask. Hard work, and you have to believe in the new idea. And I felt that, until they prove me wrong, I believe in the players. It's a belief. Like the work, you have to believe, and I believe in them. Because when I start this week, you can say it's 1 week, 3 trainings, you change the coach. Of course, everybody is excited, but they are open to different things. It's the only thing I ask. Hard work, and you have to believe in the new idea. And I felt that, until they prove me wrong, I believe in the players. There was a mischievous glint with the reference to "you guys." The Portuguese contact added that Amorim tends to joke. He did with only his second answer. He is completely at ease in front of the cameras. The majority of the post-Ferguson managers have not been. Amorim is more Van Gaal or Mourinho than Moyes or Solskjaer or Ten Hag. The latter 3 were at their best, away from the cameras in San Carlo on King Street, the opulent surroundings of a Perth hotel, or over tapas in Cadiz. Amorim spoke warmly about his rapport with Mourinho and fondly recalled his week at Carrington in April 2018. "But I'm a different guy," he stressed, yet just as headstrong. The topic of recruitment confirmed that. "I have to have a strong position on that because I am the coach. I know how to play, so I think it's all together, but the final word should be the manager." Victor Gyökeres was mentioned during the Portuguese section. Victor Gyökeres is a sporting player. He's got a game today, and I hope he plays well, doesn't get injured, and is successful at Sporting. Scanning the transcript, Amorim reserved his most quotable lines when he was speaking English. The minor lateness was more than forgivable meanwhile. Ruben Amorim has expressed his excitement about managing Manchester United, stating, "I already had conversations with clubs, so it was quite normal. But I felt that this is my place, the right club in the right moment for me." This confidence is reflected in his tactical plans and the expected team setup. Lenny Yoro, who was a high-profile summer signing, is likely to start in the upcoming fixture against Ipswich Town on Sunday. The 19-year-old defender is anticipated to feature prominently in Amorim's 3-4-3 formation, which he has implemented since taking charge. Meanwhile, Manchester United's co-owner, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, is keen to make strategic changes in January. He has tasked Dan Ashworth, the club's new sporting director, with formalising plans for the transfer window. This aligns with Amorim's long-term vision to build a squad capable of challenging at the highest levels both domestically and in Europe. Moreover, Manchester United are facing significant challenges in their attacking line, with concerns about the performances of summer signing Joshua Zirkzee. Since his £36.5 million move from Bologna, Zirkzee has managed just 1 goal in 17 appearances, raising doubts among senior figures at the club about his ability to contribute effectively. Zirkzee's lack of impact comes at a time when United have struggled to find the net, scoring only 12 goals in 12 Premier League matches and maintaining a neutral goal difference. The Dutch forward has not scored since his debut against Fulham over 3 months ago. He was also overlooked by the Netherlands for their Nations League clash against Georgia, where former United striker Wout Weghorst started. Although Zirkzee played as a number 10 in a recent draw with Bosnia and Herzegovina, his substitution in the 77th minute by Weghorst highlighted his limited influence. Meanwhile, Rasmus Højlund, another key striker, has netted only twice in 12 games and is enduring a similar drought at the international level with Denmark. This lack of consistent scoring has reignited United's search for a reliable forward. The club is reportedly interested in Sporting CP's Victor Gyökeres, who has been prolific under Ruben Amorim, netting 23 goals in just 16 appearances this season. Gyökeres' £63 million release clause makes him a tempting option for next summer, particularly given Amorim's preference for a high-pressing striker, a style that does not align with Zirkzee's tendency to drop deep. Additionally, United's new head coach Ruben Amorim is reshaping the team to fit his 3-4-3 system, which puts significant emphasis on wing-backs for width and pace. This tactical shift has created opportunities for scouting players like Giovanni Quenda from Sporting CP and Alphonso Davies from Bayern Munich. Quenda, a 17-year-old winger, is viewed as an ideal fit for Amorim's philosophy, while Davies' physical and technical attributes make him a strong candidate for the left wing-back role, provided United secure Champions League qualification. The midfield setup is expected to see Kobbie Mainoo and Manuel Ugarte anchoring the centre, complementing the attacking thrust from the wing-backs. Bruno Fernandes is likely to occupy a forward role alongside one of Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho or Amad Diallo, with an out-and-out striker completing the front line. As the January transfer window approaches, Amorim's ability to bring in reinforcements appears limited due to financial constraints following the managerial transition from Erik Ten Hag. With United sitting 4 points outside the top 4, their ability to attract marquee signings in the summer will hinge on their league finish and a potential return to the Champions League. Amorim's long-term vision involves blending youth with experience, focusing on a core group of adaptable players like Lenny Yoro in defence and dynamic forwards like Amad and Garnacho. However, the immediate priority remains addressing United's scoring issues. The potential addition of Gyökeres or other proven forwards next summer could be crucial in achieving consistent success in both domestic and European competitions. United's current rebuild under Amorim is centred on addressing tactical weaknesses while grooming young talents. With strategic signings and tactical adjustments, the club hopes to rectify its shortcomings and lay the groundwork for a return to its former glory. In other news, Manchester United are closely following the progress of Sporting CP's 17-year-old winger Giovanni Quenda, who has quickly established himself as a bright talent despite limited senior experience. Quenda, who transitioned from Benfica's academy to Sporting at the age of 12, is already making waves with his technical skills and work ethic, earning comparisons to Arsenal's Bukayo Saka. The young winger has broken records at Sporting, becoming their youngest league scorer by surpassing Cristiano Ronaldo's record and the youngest player to start in the Champions League. Under United's new head coach Ruben Amorim, who previously managed Quenda at Sporting, the winger excelled, notably providing an assist in Sporting's 4-1 thrashing of Manchester City in the Champions League. Quenda's left-footed ability makes him an excellent option on the right wing, but integrating him into Manchester United's system could prove challenging. Amorim is known for his 3-4-3 formation, which requires wingers to contribute defensively. Current players like Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho, who prefer to play higher up the pitch, have struggled with tracking back, raising questions about how Quenda might adapt to these demands. Meanwhile, United continue to face challenges with their senior left-back options. Tyrell Malacia has not played since May 2023, and Luke Shaw has been out since February 2024, though both are now back in training. The club's right-back options, Diogo Dalot and Noussair Mazraoui, are versatile but are more accustomed to a back four system. Amorim's transition to a 3-4-3 will also test wingers like Amad Diallo and the out-of-favour Antony, whose future at the club remains uncertain. In parallel, United are nurturing talents like Sekou Kone, an 18-year-old midfielder signed from Malian club Guidars FC for £1 million. Kone, who caught United's eye during his performances at the Under-17 World Cup in Indonesia, suffered an injury during an Under-21 match, but is expected to return in a few weeks. Despite the setback, Kone's potential remains evident. Scouts had monitored him extensively, including at an Under-18 tournament in Morocco, where he was one of the standout players. United staff coordinated closely to secure his transfer, impressed by his dynamic passing and technical ability. Kone has already trained with United's first team at Carrington, but has spent most of his time with the Under-21 squad. His recent performance against Huddersfield showcased both his promise and the areas needing improvement, as he struggled physically against senior players. The club is committed to giving him the time and support needed to adapt to the rigours of elite football in England. These developments highlight Manchester United's dual approach, securing proven talent like Quenda, while investing in emerging prospects like Kone. Quenda's explosive rise and Kone's long-term potential align with the club's broader vision of blending youth and experience to sustain success. Under Amorim's management, both players could play crucial roles in the team's future, contributing to United's pursuit of domestic and international glory. By balancing strategic scouting, tactical innovation, and player development, United continue to build for a brighter future while addressing current challenges in integrating their wide players into a system demanding defensive discipline. With a mix of seasoned talents like Rashford and emerging stars like Quenda and Kone, the Red Devils aim to achieve a new era of success under Ruben Amorim. Moreover, Manchester United's new manager Ruben Amorim is making waves with his long-term plans for the team. As the club gears up for their next match against Ipswich on Sunday, fans have a lot to look forward to, including fresh transfer updates and key tactical insights. Here's everything you need to know. According to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United are planning to sign a new left-back in 2025 to suit Ruben Amorim's tactical system. The club has already started evaluating their options, with more than 3 candidates on their shortlist. It's yet to be decided whether this signing will happen in January or during the summer transfer window, but a summer move seems more likely at this stage. One name to keep an eye on is Bournemouth's Milos Kerkez, who has been on United's radar even before Amorim joined. While Alphonso Davies is another big name being linked, the club is also looking at other options. Amorim is particularly keen on bringing in a left-footed player who offers energy, pace and intensity to the team. These qualities are set to be central to the new playing style under his leadership. United fans are now closely watching how these transfer plans will unfold, especially with Amorim's preference for players who can make an immediate impact. Meanwhile, Ruben Amorim has made it clear that intensity will be the cornerstone of his Manchester United project. Players who lack this attribute are likely to leave, with Christian Eriksen reportedly among those who could exit next summer. Amorim envisions a squad capable of playing with relentless energy, both in defence and attack, and his philosophy is shaping the club's transfer decisions as well as day-to-day training methods. Amorim's tactical approach will also bring changes to individual player roles. For instance, Marcus Rashford will be moved from his usual position as an inside forward on the left wing to a more central role as a striker. Amorim believes Rashford's skill set is better suited to leading the attack in a central position, particularly within his favoured 3-4-3 formation. Moreover, for the inside forward roles in this system, Bruno Fernandes and Amad Diallo have emerged as frontrunners. This change not only highlights Amorim's tactical flexibility, but also aims to unlock the creativity and attacking potential of these players. The combination of Rashford as a striker with Bruno and Amad as inside forwards could bring a fresh dynamic to United's attacking setup. In other news, Ruben Amorim will address the media for the first time as Manchester United manager on Friday at 1400 GMT. This highly anticipated press conference will offer fans a glimpse into his vision, plans for the team, and expectations for the upcoming matches. With the Ipswich Town clash on Sunday marking the start of his competitive tenure, Amorim's comments could provide crucial insights into how he intends to shape the team in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, Manchester United received a positive boost with Bruno Fernandes returning to training earlier this week. Fernandes had been suspended for Portugal's match against Croatia, which allowed him to leave the international camp early and meet with Ruben Amorim and his coaching staff for the first time. This early interaction is expected to strengthen their relationship and help Fernandes adapt quickly to his new role within the team. Moreover, former Manchester United striker Ruud van Nistelrooy is reportedly interested in returning to the Premier League, this time as a manager. He is being linked with potential roles at Southampton, Wolves and Crystal Palace. While this development does not directly impact United, many fans will be keeping a close eye on Van Nistelrooy's managerial journey, given his legendary status at Old Trafford. In other news, Manchester United's preparations for their Sunday match against Ipswich Town are in full swing. This fixture will be Ruben Amorim's first competitive game in charge, and fans are eager to see how his tactical ideas translate onto the pitch. Ipswich, currently performing well in the Championship, could present a tough challenge for United. However, Amorim's focus on intensity, precision, and adaptability might give the team the edge they need to secure a positive result. With changes in player roles, transfer planning, and a focus on intense preparation already underway, Manchester United's journey under Ruben Amorim is off to an intriguing start. Fans will be hoping for a strong performance against Ipswich as a sign of better things to come. Stay tuned for more updates as Amorim's Manchester United continues to evolve. The guesswork is nearly over. As Ruben Amorim continues to fine-tune his Manchester United plans for his debut as head coach at Ipswich this Sunday, we are getting closer to a first glimpse at his system and the players who will get the first chance to show they can adapt to it. The 39-year-old has made it clear he intends to stick his favoured 3-4-3 formation, and it would be a major surprise if United didn't line up in that shape at Portman Road. Since Amorim officially started work 10 days ago, armchair bosses have had the pen and paper out to try and establish who will play where. Ahmad at wing-back, Marcus Rashford at centre-forward, Mason Mount at number. Sib, where does Alejandro Garnacho fit in? There are plenty of questions that will only begin to be answered in Suffolk on Sunday, and in the games that follow. One area that has been the focus of little debate is the centre of defence, and if anything, Amorim's three-man defence might actually solve a selection headache there. With Lenny Yoro back in training, United have three excellent central defenders in their ranks, and the trio could actually form a well-balanced partnership. Lisandro Martinez has been a critical player since joining Ajax in 2022. He has played left-back recently and excelled as a left-sided central defender, but the 26-year-old also looks ideal for the role of a left-sided centre-back in a back three. He has the passing range to distribute the ball smartly from that position and is comfortably defending the flanks, with the wing-back on that flank likely to be pushed on. Erik Ten Hag returned to the familiar again this summer when signing Matthijs de Ligt for £38 million, and after a shaky start, the 25-year-old has been impressive in recent weeks. The Netherlands international hasn't had the career trajectory he expected since moving to Juventus in 2019, but there are signs his best form could be returning at Old Trafford. De Ligt isn't unusually tall for a central defender at 6 feet 2 inches, but he is commanding in the air and, in a back three, looks suited to the central role. He is comfortable in possession as well, but he is likely to relish the more physical duels with a striker and is better at defending central areas than being dragged out wide. That would allow Yoro to settle into the side as the right centre-back. The 19-year-old might not be ready to start this weekend, but he will likely force his way into the side sooner, rather than later. Yoro spent some time playing as a midfielder in his youth career and would be comfortable building up play on the right. His athleticism is also a key trait, and he would be happy to defend that flank and have to cover right across to the touchline if required. A back three of Yoro, De Ligt and Martinez certainly seems to cover most bases. It's an area Amorim shouldn't need to put too much thought into as he works on a new system. He also has options behind that trio. Harry Maguire has plenty of experience in a back three for United and England, and is comfortable on the ball, as is Johnny Evans. Luke Shaw might have